today we're going to be checking out AFK Journey. So this is a sequel to AFK Arena. If you guys remember that game from a couple years back, it was pretty big. It's very different compared to that game. I mean, the titles are similar. They both have AFK in it, but you know. One of the major differences of the AFK Journey is the fact that you have like this actual world that you can like walk around, explore stuff, collect things, fight enemies. It's sweet. So instead of just menu systems, you actually get some exploration, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of. A lot of games, especially like the RPG ones, kind of boring, kind of dry, but there's actual like gameplay in this game. In the world, you can find puzzles to solve, various ones. My favorite one is the one where you have to walk over the tiles. I literally could not find footage of it, so here's an MS Paint demonstration of it. But I thought it was pretty fun. Okay, so it's actually really simple. Basically, the puzzle is you just like, you move along your tiles, you know. As you cross each one, they get highlighted, right? Like you've gone over them. And your objective is to walk over all of them without walking over one twice. So, you know, that was the correct path. And something a stupid fool would do would be like, wah, 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 wah. Because now I can't make it to the end because he's already gone over these tiles. I don't know why I'm going so in depth into it. I just always liked those kind of puzzles. And you get to explore the world with 6 different factions. You got the Light Bearers, the Wilders, the Maulers, the Graveborn, the Celestials, and the Hypogenes. My favorite, definitely the Graveborn. You got some pretty sweet heroes. Probably the strongest guy on my team is actually Graveborn. But yeah, you can assemble a team of 5 different people to fight through the game, which is pretty fun. So in battles, there's various different like terrains you can fight on. So, you know, there's like ones with open areas, you know, don't have to worry about anything. Then there's walls, which restricts how the people move. Different kinds of walls, which in addition to blocking where they can move, blocks projectiles, so you can't shoot over it. And with all that, you can position where all of your heroes stand before the battle starts. And this is actually very important. I mean, check this out. For this example, I put all of my heroes at the front of the thing and I instantly got rolled, obviously. But if I put it so my tanks are at the front and my support and ranged are at the back, then the tanks tank the damage, my supports can actually do things. So it's actually pretty impactful where you put people on the battlefield. It's not just like random. And in battle, you have a couple of different settings you can do. This 2x obviously speeds up the flow of the battle. So if you know you're going to win this one, it won't be too intense to watch. You can just speed it up. And then this one decides whether or not you want to automatically use your character's ultimates. I normally leave auto on for most of the time unless I'm going into a battle that is actually going to be pretty difficult. Because sometimes like the automatic system will just like waste my ultimate on a guy who's about to die anyway. So I can't attack the guy who is really strong still, or lots of health left. So yeah, it's a nice balance. I don't have to kind of be locked in 100% of the time. I can only lock in when I really need to, you know what I mean? In addition to having all the walls and blocking obstacles in combat, you also have different things like flamethrowers, landmines, other things that you personally can control to hopefully, you know, make the battle go a little bit more in your favor if things were looking dangerous or bad for you. And a system I really liked that kind of solved a problem I had with a lot of other RPGs. You know, you'd like get a guy at the start of the game and you just kind of keep leveling him up, keep him on your team because he's one of the earliest guys you got. Not necessarily because he was like your strongest guy, but just because he's so high level because you've had him for so long. Basically what this game does to fix it is that instead of individually leveling up heroes, you have the resonance level system. So basically you have the Hands of Resonance, which is 5 slots, which are going to be the main 5 people on your team. And instead of leveling up the heroes, you level up each slot of this. But to keep the game somewhat balanced, you have to keep the levels of all of these different things within 10 of each other. And the lowest one out of the 5 Hands of Resonance is going to be the base level for all of your heroes. So you don't have to worry about dumping a bunch of XP into a guy who like later on you realize, this is a terrible character, I don't want to use this. You can basically slot in new characters as you want and already have them up to a level where they're actually usable. And it's actually going to be the same for equipment as well. So in addition to there being 6 different races, there's also 6 different classes. You got your support, your mage, the marksman, the rogue, the warrior, and the tank. And basically, instead of equipping equipment onto individual characters, you equip equipment onto the different roles. So you don't gotta worry about that either. Makes it a lot more easy. And going back to the open world, it also just like looks really nice. Like, I don't know, it's just a good looking game. Like, check out some of these spots, dude. So those are kind of the main core systems out of the way. You got the world exploration, the PvP, and the hero management. But some of the kind of side gameplay things are, you got the whole battle modes thing. So in the battle modes, you have the AFK stage, which is the first thing. And this is where kind of the AFK half. We already covered the journey half, you know, the world exploration. That's where the AFK half comes in. So basically, as your heroes level up, get stronger and stronger, you want to keep fighting your way through this, and you'll keep leveling up your stage. You start at level 1, obviously. I've worked my way up to, like, you know, the mid 200s here. Basically, the more you level up, the more resources you're going to get. You get yourself gold, this purple powder, experience, and you can increase your max level of resonance. All these things you need to upgrade your heroes, keep progressing the game. It's nice you don't have to grind for all these, you just get something passively, you know? But that is definitely not the most interesting one. My favorite personally has gotta be the Honor Duel. The Honor Duel is basically like a full-on roguelike, like built into the game, which is just so fun. Basically, you load in, you can select a bunch of heroes, you give them different equipment, you battle against other people. It's just like actually a really fun mode that I was like shocked that was actually that good. Same with the Arcane Labyrinth. That one's a little bit less strategy focused, but I mean still pretty strategy oriented. It's a little more random, but I mean like it's roguelike. It's roguelike. So of course it's going to be random. Arcane Labyrinth would 100% recommend as well, which basically challenges you to use exclusively members of one of the 4 different factions. And you got to keep battling up, and you get, you know, decent resources along the way, and see how far you can get with only one kind of race. Then you've got the arena, the PvP aspect of this game. It's pretty standard, you know, you just go up against people's teams, you know, you climb the ranks. I'm only Elite 2 right now, but, you know, it's not bad. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to make it to, okay, I definitely will not make it a champion. But, you know, I'd like to maybe get Legendary 3 at some point. That's kind of my goal. Yeah, the PvP is pretty sweet, and you actually get some really strong rewards. If you do it enough, you can head to this shop, the Arena Store. And then you've got the Dream Realm, which is also super strong. Basically, you just go up against a massive boss, and, you know, you want to put your best heroes and see how much damage you can do. It's actually pretty difficult. It took me, I want to say like 2 weeks to beat the very first version, and I'm like, no way, I finally did it. And then it went to a more difficult version, so I'm like, okay, this is how, because I was looking at the leaderboard, I'm like, how are these people getting like 4 million damage? I don't understand. I'm only doing like 30k, and I'm like, oh, okay, more difficult versions, that's how you get it. So yeah, that's another fun little aspect, and the rewards are also really strong. You can buy some pretty useful heroes in this as well. It's pretty cool. You might be thinking, well, man, this is a lot of content, but I need someone to share this with, and that's where the guild system comes in. You can join a guild and participate in the battle drills mode, which is actually super fun. You definitely need like a fairly active guild if you want to get far in it, but you know, I think I just joined some random guild. It's pretty good. I'm getting kind of hard carried, but you know, I'm not the lowest one in the guild, I don't think. No, I'm not actually. I'm up there, dude. My 500,000 power. I'm doing pretty good. And if you pre-register for the game with the link I will provide in the description, you'll actually get some decent rewards too. So kind of jumpstart your expedition. So you can stand yourself 10 free draws, 1,000 diamonds. You get yourself a decent hero. I don't think I used her much myself, but that was just because I got really lucky with some other stuff. And you get the protagonist outfit, pretty fire. So yeah, you can pre-order this game on PC or mobile. It'll be coming out, I think, I want to say like 3rd quarter 2024, so in a couple months here. So thanks to AFK Journey for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to check it out with the link.